Welcome to Boco's Diesel Garage. Today I'm going to do a quick do-it-yourself video on how to replace the rear hatch shocks on a 123 wagon. So you can see this one right here. The hatch is held up by a broom handle because the original hatch shocks that were in it have given out. This is the part we're going to be replacing today. Let me see what we'll focus on it there. Stabilis, that is the original equipment manufacturer for these, so that's what we'll be putting in. And the first step here is going to be removing this top panel here. There should be a little screw there too. This one's missing on mine, but there will be 4 here, and then I think there is 2 in the back. So we're going to take that out, and I gotta take this light out right here. So that'll be the first step, and don't mind everything else going on here. I'm doing basically a complete restoration on this car, so I got a lot of stuff stripped apart right now. Alright, I got all the screws out, and you can see here I got the light removed on this side. There's that little clip. You can just push in with that. You might have to use a screwdriver or something, and then it'll pop right out. You can just leave it hanging right there. But this trim piece here is not going to come out quite yet. It is actually tucked in behind the window sill right there. So if you have a plastic trim removal tool, you can kind of try and get in there with it. This one's metal, unfortunately, so I'm going to be extra careful. Couldn't find my plastic one right now. I'm going to try and get that out of there on both sides. Alright, we got it out. Unfortunately, I couldn't film it because I had to use both hands and was laying upside down on my back trying to get it out. But this right here is that lip that is tucked in underneath the window sill right up there. And once I had it loose on both sides, it actually just fell right down. But there are these 2 clips that slide over these pieces right here, so they're kind of supposed to hold it in still, but in my case it just fell right down. And need to do a little repair right here, fix that up a little, clean it up before I put it back in. But it all came out without damaging it. That was my my main concern, was trying to not get this damaged. There's a lot of the DIY videos that don't even really talk about, you know, this lip being tucked in there and how to get it out. Okay, so the next step we have to do is get this portion of the headliner removed. And there's a little clip right there, so you can pull on this. I can't quite do it single-handedly, but you can see where it is. And this one, so you just got to pull that out a little, and then that will fold down and we can get it out of the way. Okay, so here we are. We got that panel pulled back. Now we can look back up in there and see that bolt right there with that star head on it. That one has to come out. And then also on the front here, if you zoom in, there we go, you can see that pin which has a little C-clip on it. You pull that out and then the pin will come out. This is here what the front looks like, where that pin slides through, and then the back where that bolt goes through. So you want to use a special 12-point M8 star bit for that. Looks like this. It has a lot more teeth on it than a T40. Now the T40 does also fit in there, so I think a lot of people make the mistake of using a T40 and then they end up stripping out the head and that bolt. So definitely do not use that. Make sure you get the correct tool for this. Was this I picked this one up at Harbor Freight. They usually call this an M8 star bit. So this right here is that little C-clip. It's got a little bit of a lip on it, and I just pulled that out with a pair of pliers, and then you can tap on that pin. You might have to wiggle it around a little. That would help if you have a person to hold this up for you, and then you can move it around a little, and then that pin right there should come out. Okay, so here's the old one that came out. Looks pretty similar to the new one next to it. I was going to show you guys this one that comes out of the front with the little C-clip on there. Before you put that back in there, you want to make sure you lubricate this real good, because it slides on there whenever it opens and closes. And then this is that bolt in the back there with the 12-point starboard that you need to use for it. So here you can really see the difference when you get them out now. So before I slide in the new one, I cleaned it up with the vacuum cleaner as best as I could, and then I applied some grease in there. As you can see, there were a couple areas that just had a tiny bit of rust, so that's why I'm putting some grease on there to try and preserve it. And then now we can go ahead and get this new one in there. So it really helps if you have someone to help you out, because this hatch has to be lifted up all the way as far as it will go up to try and get it in and to get it to line up, as well as getting it out. Okay, so here's this little pin, and I'm gonna grease this up with this lithium grease. You wanna make sure you don't use regular wheel bearing grease for this. This is really good stuff. Helps with prevent against rust as well, and it stays on a lot longer. It doesn't just melt off when it gets really hot, like bearing grease. So I can apply that, and then we can see I got my new shock in there, and it's lined up. All I have to do is lift that up and then get that little pin back in there. So I got one shock replaced, and it's already staying up by itself. But of course I'm gonna do the other side as well, trying to get this one back in there. That little pin to attach it here on the front was the hardest part. I was trying to hold it with these pliers and then lifting up with the screwdriver. Finally got it. I don't think I could have done it without someone helping me to hold up the hatch. And then, not sure I mentioned it, but before I did that, I tightened this bolt in the back here. Just got it started. Now I'm gonna tighten it down completely, and then it'll be all done, and the other side will be the same. Success! The rear hatch is staying open all by itself. Got a new one installed on this side as well. All bolts are tightened down. Now I can just bring this down. Now it's kind of hard to do it single-handedly here. There we go. You can see close. All I do is push the button, and it's basically coming up on its own now and stays right up. So yeah, everything is working correctly again. We're all done with this part on the car. I'll be making a lot more videos as I go through the rest of it. So hopefully you found this helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.